bloody good morning to you too. Welcome in for a day in life vlog from myself, Darren, Class 1 HGV driver in the UK. And there's the steed for today, our little Volkswagen Up. If you ever drove these, they're not great fun at all. So here we are back at the MAN truck place to pick up my wee beast. Got the keys sorted. Let's try and find the beast, and oh, it's there. That was nice and easy. I think Mick's still walking around trying to find his. His is hidden among the maze of trucks that are here. See a lovely truck, ain't ya? Time is now 7:15. I started at 6 o'clock this morning and I'm due to finish between 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. Yes, you heard that right. I started at 6 o'clock this morning and I'm due to finish between 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. Because Muggins here volunteered, so it's my own fault in a way, it's not planning or anything. Volunteered to help out and do a couple of hours of shunting for the place next door to us. So it's not hard work, it's only 3 or 4 trailers that I've got to do shunting. Bringing them from their yard into our yard. So it was nice and easy, straightforward. But it's from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock. I didn't really take into consideration I've got to start at 6 to come and get my truck. Oh well, it's part of the game, I suppose. But yeah, it might be a 15-hour day, but it'll be an easy 15-hour day, so it's not too bad, is it? I've got a lot of things to keep me occupied as well, because there's going to be a lot of waiting around today as well. So I need to do a manual entry for yesterday, so we're not resting until now, and add manual entries. And yesterday I didn't finish then, I finished at 5:30. So what I need to do, hopefully the camera stays bloody focus, is go for other work from that time and date, and I'm going to change it to that. Then go up to 17, actually I think it was 10 to 6. So there you go. So what I've done is gone from 16:41 to 17:50 with other work. Camera keeps auto focusing. And then from there, end shift, United Kingdom, rest until the 20th, which is today, until 6 AM. Get that changed down, and then go from 6 AM is begin shift, United Kingdom, other work from 6 until 7:15. No, and then yes, ready to drive. Now a lot of people do get confused with manual entries and don't know how to do it correctly, believe it or not. It's a really common thing, so if you don't know how to do them correctly, don't worry about it, you're not the only one. But once you do manual entries, it works out better in the long run, and it just gets easier and easier, and before you know it, you just do it without thinking about it. So it's always worth doing manual entries, especially if you take your card out and you're doing other work before you finish your last shift. You need to do that bit. And then also, if you do a little bit of work before you start and put your card in, you need to make sure you do a backdate your manual entry for the start of your shift until what you've been doing until you put your card in, if that makes sense. I hope it does. And the reason why I've got a lot of waiting around today, because my first job is a collection from Kirby. I'm collecting 12 pallets and they're booked in with B&M. There's Mike. See you in a bit, mate. So they're booked in with B&M for 12 o'clock. I don't think it's going to take me 5 hours to get a trailer loaded from Kirby and take it to Speak, just down the road. Just debating which way is probably the best way to go. I'm probably going to go this way. Jump straight on the M60. Hopefully traffic won't be too heavy around that bit. And then after B&M, I've not really got much planned in between that and starting the shunting at 4 o'clock. So I'll probably have to do like 1 or 2 collections in the meantime. But on paper at the moment, it could be quite a long waiting around today. which I don't mind too much anyway, because I've got a few films downloaded on Netflix, so I can carry on watching them. And plus, I'm started to watch yesterday when I was waiting around for 4.5 hours. I watched half of the first season of Reacher, actually no, second season, Reacher on Amazon. So if you want a good program to watch on Amazon Prime at the moment, there's an episode, well, series called Reacher. Definitely worth checking it out. Really, really good. It's based on the Tom Clancy books. Well worth watching. You'll thank me later. If there's any good TV shows as well on Netflix, Amazon, Disney or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below and I might give them a check out. I'm always interested in watching new things. So the time's now 7:30. Bloody hell, come on buddy. You're doing 37 miles per hour on a motorway. 37 miles per hour. That's dangerous. Bloody hell. That is one of my pet hates, I'm sorry, right? I don't complain a lot, right? I try not to complain a lot, but anyway. But one of my pet hates, it really is, right? When you're driving on the motorway and you got people driving less than 50 miles per hour. Why? It's a 70 miles per hour speed limit. Trucks do between 52 to 56 miles per hour. Now, if a truck is having to slow down, it's creating a lot of traffic. If we have to move over into the middle lane, which is possibly doing 70 miles per hour, and we're doing 50 miles per hour to overtake a car doing less than 50 miles per hour in a slow lane, that's going to slow down a lot of the other traffic on the motorway. Honestly, it's one of my pet gripes, it really is. I don't mind sitting in traffic, I don't mind people driving slow if there's congestion, but if they're just sat there when it's quite a free-flowing motorway like it is now and they're doing less than 50 miles per hour, like that person then was doing 43 miles per hour when I got on the motorway. 43 miles per hour? That's ridiculous. Anyway, rant over. As I was about to say before the car rudely interrupted me by driving so slow. How dare they? So, it is 7:30 now. I'll probably get back to the yard for about 8 o'clock, give or take. Connect to the trailer, leave the yard for 8:15. Get to Kirby for, say, 9 o'clock with traffic and giving a little bit of leeway and stuff. Leave there for 9:30. Get to Speak for 10 o'clock for a 12 o'clock booking. So I can't go there any earlier than 15 minutes before my booking time or 15 minutes after. You only have a half-hour window, but that's a half hour with 15 minutes either side of your booking time, which is pretty crappy really, if I'm being honest with you. And they are really strict as well, so if you turn up like 40 minutes before or half hour before, they refuse you, tell you to go away. And there's no parking in the area as well, so you need to be careful and bear that in mind if you ever deliver to there, because you got Speak Airport just around the corner from it, so there's loads of no parking zones. Hopefully you can see the roads alright, by the way, because I know these cameras aren't too great in the dark. Hopefully it's not too pitch black. Nice free flowing motorway as well, which is good this time of day. It's never really too bad coming out of Manchester. It's normally pretty heavy going into Manchester on the M62. Now, before I leave, I've just got to change the headlight, which is always a pain in the backside when you try and change a headlight on these trucks. So that's the one that I need to change. And if you find it difficult to change in a car or a van, what you got to do here, stick your hand down there and then you feel around where everything is to take it out, put the one back in place and then connect it all up, make sure it's all secured, and then put the cover back on with your arm down there and you can't see a single thing. A little bit like so. So my whole arm at the moment is right in there. You got to feel around. And yeah, that's the old bulb. Now it's got to put the new one back in. Job done. Now the only problem is I've got to get this in there at the back as well. So same as before, arm in and just feel around and hope for the best. Ignore the song in the background. Job complete. Right, I'm a little bit behind. Oh, the Greatest Showman. The weather's took a little bit of a change for the worse again. Bloody miserable out there at the moment, isn't it? And to top it off as well, the wind has picked up quite a bit as well. So if you are doing curtain siders, just be very careful that them buckles don't swing and knock you in the head. Right then, time is now 10 to 10. Just leaving the client over in Kirby, so making pretty good timing. The light bulb situation before put me back about half hour. So yeah, I'm all good at the moment. I've got Nick Widnes just to pick one pallet up from our depot. Need to ring Mike in a minute just to double check that it's still going ahead. It's not on my scanner at the moment. And then pretty much just got about an hour to kill then after that, an hour and a half to kill before we're allowed to get into B&M. That's only down at Speak as well, so it's not too far from our Widnes depot. About 15 minutes or so. I forgot to bring dinner today as well, so I need to try and grab some lunch when I can. You know, the problem is being in a big truck, it's a little bit more difficult to find parking, isn't it? Worst case scenario though, I've got my cooking stove. The weather's not too great, but I might have to cook it in the back of the trailer. Just boil some water, and then I've got some pot noodles, worst case scenario. So I've got a backup plan at least. That's got thrown up here on the left hand side. Yeah, don't have to get them up quick, don't they, these days? All the new buildings and warehouses, etc. Especially new build houses, I think they go up a little bit too quick. They're not the best quality, are they, some of the newer builds compared to the ones what are built in, say, 60s. Strong, sturdy buildings, aren't they, the older ones? Let's get the armrest up. I forgot to mention as well yesterday, so I'm going to have to do it today. If you are looking for a medical, if you're going in for a driver medical, your D4 medical that is, if you're a forklift truck driver, if you're a truck driver, or anybody that needs a medical like a taxi driver also, if you contact www.d4drivers.co.uk, if you use code Darren48, that is Darren48, get yourself a nice little discount. They do cover the whole of the UK. I have used them before, they are a really good company to work with. And there's plenty of options for you on there as well. If you visit the website, there's a lot more information, and also down in the links below in the comment section there's a lot more information for you as well. Why have you just stopped there, bud? Oh god, I was trying to fight off a sneeze just then when I was trying to talk. I felt one coming. No. So yeah, all the links are down below in the description of the video if you're interested. God, just parked cars pretty much everywhere around here, aren't there? you're going in for your test this week as well, good luck with you. I hope it all goes well for you. These winds at the moment, they're not fun. Luckily you don't have to do the curtains when you do your test, so you don't have to worry about fighting your curtains and stuff. Just make sure you give yourself extra space to the vehicle in front when it's a little bit wet. And don't be shy as well, like taking up the other lane as well. If there's two lanes while going in the same direction as you, don't worry about taking up the other lane. If you need that turn on any tight corners. Alright, so we need to jump onto the M57 over here. We're straight down there. And right at the bottom of it is just where our witness depot is, so it's not too far. Should be there in about 10 to 15 minutes. So I've just arrived to the estate where I'm going to. I think I'm at the right place anyway. I know it's on this estate somewhere, so I'm just trying to locate whereabouts it is at the moment, and then I'll come back about 20 to 12. And the only problem is I can't park up anywhere around here, because if you park around here you get £100 fine. So I've got to make sure I don't stop anywhere, I just carry on going. But you got the, I think it's the River Mersey there as well. It's just right on the side, which is quite cool. I'm trying to locate whereabouts the business is that we're going to. It's a real big one, like this, so I can't miss it. That's quite nice. No, you can just see across there to the world. Yeah, signs are everywhere, no stopping, £100 fine. A little bit excessive really, isn't it? Right, is that the place there? I believe so. I think it's there to my right, I've just gone past. Right, so let's try and find somewhere else to park. Preferably near a butty wagon or something. Got no dinner today. I think I mentioned that already, haven't I? I've just got food on my mind. Now, if it was in a rigid vehicle, I think there's a car park here on the left hand side where I can park up. Yes, it's got hot food and snacks, it says there on the sign. But it doesn't really look HGV friendly, to be honest. So I'm not going that way. Let me just have a double check that that is the right place that I'm delivering to. Yeah, I've got sat nav and stuff with postcode, but I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head. Nice on a summer's day here as well. You can have a walk down like it's like a little bit of a beach that you can get onto. Yeah, it is this place. Cool. Alright then, just try and find somewhere to park up for the next hour and a half. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit stressed. So since I left you, I've been driving around for 45 minutes to try and find somewhere that I could park up. So now I just need to park up here for 45 minutes to make my way back to the delivery. Oh, absolute nightmare. Everywhere I've been going, it's been like really tight streets, really narrow places. I've been going around in circles everywhere to try and find somewhere it's just no parking everywhere, or it's just not enough access for me. I found something and I got stuck down a dead end just then. I was like, oh my God, where am I going? But yeah, I'm about 10 minutes away from the place, so it's not too bad. And bonus, there's a cafe thing across the way, so I'm just gonna grab something to eat from there. But my word, what a bloody headache that's been. A little bit of a change of plan. Got my hair's all over the place, proper windswept. So instead of going to the cafe across the way, I seen a butty wagon by Screwfix. So if you know this area near Liverpool Airport, there's a Screwfix and like a little butty wagon. And there's a little old guy in there as well who does curries, homemade curries. So I thought, fancy one of them instead. So don't ask me what type of curry it is, other than it's a lamb curry. I don't know any of the special names and terms for them, but my word, it smells absolutely lovely, and I think it's going to be quite tasty. A little bit better than a bacon butty or something, isn't it, for sure? That is lovely, really tender lamb. So if you're in the area, by Speak tool station, little butty wagon, a little bit of spice to it, nothing too much though, really nice. Yeah, I'd recommend going there if you see him. Finally made it in, 10 to 12. So let's get to that bay now. Just let the truck pass. Time's now 1:05, so I was only in there for just over an hour, which is good. Pretty good turnaround. It's one of the big fulfillment centres. And now I've got a couple of collections as well on the way back in, and both in St Helens as well, so I don't have to travel too far. I think one's on Lee Green Industry Estate, and I think the other one is near that new roundabout that's just been built, if you know St Helens. You know what, that's not really a good description whatsoever, is it? Where I'm going. This one's on an industry estate and the one's by a roundabout. Oh bloody hell. I'll try and find the name. I think it's near Abbotsfield Road. That's one of the main popular roads, isn't it, in St Helens? If you know the area, you probably know where that is. Careful of these cars. Pull out. You pull out anyway, it's alright. The wind's picked right up. Make sure you're careful when you're driving today. I've not seen anything on the news or the weather regarding a storm on the way, but it definitely feels like there's a storm here right now. So when you're doing your curtains, always open just to one side at a time, and make sure you strap them down at the back of the trailer just so they don't blow around and injure somebody when they're walking past. I've never had that before where I can't actually open the side curtain because the wind, the pressure on it is just pushing too much, so I can't get the pole open. So I've just opened up the other side, and I told him, like, you have to slide them across because health and safety for that, it's not going anywhere. I've had to redo it as tight as possible, and it wasn't easy to try and get them tightened. That's what you need to do with the straps in the wind, to make sure you put them down onto there. That's my last collection done. Unfortunately though, I got a phone call off Mike saying the company I went to prior to this one, luckily it's only around the corner, they've put the wrong pallet on. As you do. So I've got to go back and do a quick switcheroonie with the pallets. Get one took off and one added on. And then straight to our depot to get everything unloaded. The bloody wind is still not dying down. Really bad out there. Hopefully it gets a little bit better tomorrow. Nothing worse than heavy winds when you're driving curtainsiders. Ask anybody that one. An absolute nightmare can be. Everything unloaded at our depot, and that is my normal job done. Now it's time for the overtime side of things to do a few trailer shunts across the way. Should be quite easy. It's 5 to 4 at the moment. The only downside is this bloody weather. First trailer is getting live loaded, and then we're taking it back to our yard, swapping it for an empty, coming back live load, back to the yard, swapping it out. The time is now 6 o'clock, and that's my first trailer emptied off as a return. Could be a late one. So I was hoping to be finishing for about 8 o'clock. That was the best case scenario, and now it's probably looking a full 15-hour day is underway. Just a little bit of a tip for you as well whilst I'm here doing this bit. If your trailer doesn't have one of these buckles what connects underneath, or if they're missing it, what you can do is get one of your internal straps and pull it across like so, and then you ratchet to the bottom. But as an extra safety precaution, so the door doesn't swing, if you get the strap bit there, like the toggle, just pull it hard as you can, get it trapped in the bottom bit, and then just wrap it round like so, and then just tuck it in there. So then you've got yourself a nice little knot there. So if this ever slips on the bottom, like you say, 'cause sometimes it can slip a little bit. So if that ever slips off the door, you're still held on by this little bit of a strap, and it won't swing down when you're trying to reverse and get either caught in between the bay door and your trailer or the cab next to you. So hopefully that helped. Rolling up to 14 hours already. It's 7:45 at night now. So I started at 6 AM this morning, so 15 minutes, 14 hours done. And I've got 1 hour left now to get this trailer emptied, get over there, get another one full and bring it back to the yard. If not, I might have to leave the trailer there and get picked up. I'll walk over because it's only about 200 yards away. It's not too bad. Worst case scenario anyway. Because normally what they've been doing for these trails, well, trailer swaps anyway, they've been doing normally. So we go over there, get live loaded, come back to our yard, do a trailer swap. But however, because one of our other clients was really busy today, they've loaded up all the trailers. So the only trailer we've got is this one I'm using. So I'm having to get live unloaded and live loaded at the same time, which has put us back a little bit at the same time, unfortunately. But over at the other place where I'm collecting from, it's like an hour to get loaded. Luckily though, tomorrow it's a 7 o'clock in the morning start, so I'll have 10 hours rest period, so it's more than a 9 at least. I know it doesn't seem much, but at least it's 10 hours at home. I'm not camping out, so back at home I have my own bed, which is good. And tomorrow seems quite an easy one as well. At the moment I've only got one collection booked for 25 pallets, and that's from Chorley. So I'll probably get there for about 8:30, give or take. But unfortunately with the driving game, this is what happens sometimes. You do some long shifts and then some days you do some short ones. Time is now 8:30, all done for the day. So I'm gonna call it an end of the video there. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself. And if you've got any questions about the day or anything about Class 1 or Class 1-2 driving, let me know down below in comments, and I'll see you again next time. As always, take care of yourself. Bye for now.